Put your body upon me, make me wine slowly. Baby, hold me tight and never leave me lonely. Never leave me lonely. Ooh, put your body upon me, make me wine slowly. Baby, hold me tight and never leave me lonely. Never leave me lonely, nah.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 8 of the Pynk Talk podcast. Today we will be interviewing our guest, a stylist, Jace JOJO.
I'm ready for it.
What's up, Jace JOJO in the motherfucking building? The motherfucking wardrobe stylist, entertainment entrepreneur.
Facts. Yes, for sure.
Listen to me this. What is an entertainment entrepreneur?
So basically what people don't tell you for sure. Oh my god, these papers are bothering me right now. Sorry about that. It was distracting me. An entertainment entrepreneur. So basically, what people don't really talk about, and I think just because people try and hide the hustle part of the game, is like niggas who are broke, who are following their dream. Like niggas can't intern for free. Like niggas can't count on like they dreams happening overnight. Like niggas don't always know people and shit like that. So when you if you're studying something or you have a skill or you have to work multiple jobs, you pick up on just skill sets. Like you're a great communicator, you're a great writer, you know how to research, you know people. And so what was happening was like I was always going places and I had no money. I had to miss out on opportunities. And also I hate working for people. Like I really do. Like especially in the corporate world. So like corporate, I just could not stand the microaggressions, the just like the horrible fuckery. And then also I couldn't really do retail, nor just other shit. The only options the world really wanted to give me as a only high school graduate at the time. So I was like, fuck it. You know, I always had manners, always end up in places. So niggas was like, oh, I know how to coordinate. Let me about to be an event coordinator, right? Or I know about production. I know about that shit. Let me hop on that. Like, just always a way to find money. And so how I became an entertainment entrepreneur is like, oh, I understand how you make money off of this. I understand how you make money off of this. So sometimes I'm a consultant. So I'm like, I'm in these luxury places that always need a cleaner. Oh, I know my nigga who's a cleaner. They charge for 100. I take 100. My cleaner gets 300. You feel me? Like, it's like, how can we? Or I was working for some nigga who was wealthy. So grateful for him. Really like triggered me like no other person, but still grateful for him. But he just he just really like I realized like, oh, I got a great skill set. Like I understand how business works. I understand when somebody's trying to fuck you over. So I understand how to organize things. So, oh, you want to do business and learn something, you want people to work for you, I charge this much. So I that's really um an entertainment entrepreneur, but specifically why it's entertainment entrepreneurship is because the way I make bread is mostly through things that are in entertainment creative. So it's in wines and spirits. And you know, spirits happen a lot around like, you know, a lot of people in entertainment and stuff like that. So I'm in the fashion industry, I'm in the entertainment industry. And so that's really how I gained my skill set. And I'm not just starting out, but I am in my early years. So I've been like a very like intern, I would say, of the industry and then an apprentice for like years now. So I'm in my early like freshman years of having a skill set, you know? I don't know if that was too long of an answer, but yeah.
That was perfect. That was perfect. It really summed it up because some
My
people.
nigga, you can relate to the shit. Cause you had Rasta Pasta, my nigga, that's lit all the time, right? You had the Rasta Pasta, you rapping, you was doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
Candy grapes.
Period. Like whatever you had to do to get it, because y'all know Nunu's trying to play host right now, but um her skill set for rapping, immaculate, my nigga, immaculate. And I can't wait to.
Thanks.
Well, first off, at this point, I've just been like, I'm not gonna ask her no more. When I got the budget, she's getting on my first track because she got some hits she's hiding, y'all. For real.
Thank you for always supporting my music. Like you one of those people that be always like in the back of my head when I feel like giving up on the music. I be hearing you like, when are you dropping your next thing? And I be like, maybe I shouldn't give up. Like sometimes I do be having those times where I really don't care to write or listen to music at all. Like not
Right.
even other people's music, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just you just gotta find that push. Whatever is pushing you, whatever drives you, you gotta find that and try to keep it. Cause it happens. Sometimes you lose hope, you lose faith and stuff when you've been going at it for years and you've been trying to get somewhere with it for years and years and it's not happening the way you think or the way you dream it happening. You kind of get discouraged. So, but I'm gonna get back into it and I'm gonna be dropping some new music and hopefully something great happens because something has to give. Like, come
Well,
on now. Like,
it's given. Maybe it's not given the way yet of what you expected or what you wanted, but a lot of my mentors go where you where you were a year ago, and
no.
every time I hear that shit, I be like, damn, I got to shut the fuck up now because I really wasn't here a year ago. That just means you have high expectations. And first off, Nunu, you done you funded your own music video that was lit. First off, I also got beef with you because you keep releasing music that I don't want you to release.
What you
It's
talking about? That
not that
song for
bad.
See You?
It's not that it's bad music. It's just like you know what type of shit I like. And you just be releasing shit that you like, my nigga. You be releasing shit you like. As you
That
should.
hardcore
Yeah,
little
because you spit. You spit. And I feel like maybe because I'm not around it as much, like I'm very big on you just don't see everything. But like you spit, my nigga, like you like flow. And I just feel like flow is everything to me. And I just feel like, yeah, everybody could do. I think what it is like you can't be you can be famous no matter. I think, damn, I don't even have the words to say it. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, not everyone in the industry has that ability to flow, but everybody and their mother can make a song.
right, right.
You know what I mean? And when I hear you flow, it just be so like excellent. Like I'm not playing with y'all. I know this was about me, but like, no,
Right.
success.
This is about you, not about me.
All right. Sorry. Let's get back to
Ah,
it.
I'm coming. I promise. I'm coming. I feel like I've been going too long and I'm coming. So, what inspired you to become a stylist?
Oh, that's a long journey, but um, yeah, it's too long of a story. So I'm a go to the like one moment where I was like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna do this. Thanks to my auntie Africa. Oh, you know Africa?
Yes.
Yeah. So Africa was working the Tribeca Film Festival. She was like, "All right, nephew, come work the Tribeca Film Festival." So I was like, I bet I'm gonna work the Tribeca Film Festival. I know I want to be in entertainment. I don't really know what I'm doing. Also, I'm down and out with myself because at this point it's like, nah, I'm like 24 now or 23 now, and I really don't have a focus. So like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm standing outside. I'm doing this job as like a talent escort or some shit. I'm just standing outside for hours doing nothing. So I'm tight, but still grateful. All of a sudden, one of the people they're like, "Oh, you each get 4 tickets to go to a special showing or a movie that's showing." And there was this one of the independent movies was hip hop, the remix, and how 90s fashion influenced the world and fashion itself. I love fashion. What got me through my suicidal and like broke days was like Biggie Smalls, Dre, Eminem, all the worst fucking people in the world, based on their songs, right? But like, their songs like were about like always elevating from a place of like brokenness. Like
Especially
normally niggas,
Biggie.
yeah, like niggas are always talking about what they have and what they got, which I feel like the three of them talk about, but I also feel like they talk about the ways in which they came from, which is
Hmm.
where I was at the time. So I'm like, oh, this is like my idol's era. Let me go watch. Bro, best fucking movie, independent movie ever in my fucking life, yo. Like, it was just phenomenal. So, the basis of the movie is how black women and hip hop contributed to the globalization of like high
Facts.
fashion and hip hop and the women who were in it and who weren't talked about and how the world sort of overpassed them. And so, a few years back, I was gonna apply for the school called Misa Hilton Fashion Academy, but it wasn't like paid for by the state. Like you couldn't get a scholarship to it. Back then, I was delusional, so I wasn't even in a place where I would think to work for the tuition. Also, I was just like, if it's not a real established like licensed school, which it is in like different terms, but like in the way I had an understanding at that time, I was like, oh, what if they just take my money and don't do anything, right? Um, because that's how we were taught in school. Like, oh, these schools that are trade schools, so to speak. It's not really a trade school, but it is a trade and business school. Really, that if it doesn't have that certificate, it's not real. So that's sort of the mentality I have. So I didn't take a chance on it.
Mm.
I wish I did at the time, but if you ask my mentor, like one of my mentors, which is Misa, should be like time is trust the process. So anyway, I saw the movie and it talks about Misa Hilton's contribution to hip hop. If you don't know Misa Hilton's like responsible for the looks of like Mary J. Blige and Little Kim and so many more. Jodeci, like I mean, it's historic. I'm probably not even naming um the shit. She's done so much. But the reason why those two are big is because those two musically and fashionably impacted the world of fashion. And so I learned about her, Ava Walker, but when she was fucking talking, it just felt like I had to go for it. So I was like, once I understood that wardrobe styling was a job, and once I knew that like niggas came from where I came from and did iconic shit, like I was like, fuck it. I applied for the school right then and there, and I knew I wanted to be what I thought a wardrobe stylist was.
So what do you think it is now?
Yo, it's not about like um it's just a lot more to the story. Like that's just really what it is. And I urge everybody right now, if you have a dream job, period, you need to investigate the fuck out of it. Like,
Yeah,
investigate the fuck out of it because shit be looking great
from the outside.
from the outside, and inside it's not so great. And let me also break that down. That does not mean it's horrible or it's like not good or it's not good for you, but shit ain't easy. It's not sweet. It's not like they're great times, but it's also like very, very intense. And so my idea is of a wardrobe stylist is twofold. One, you could, I mean, there's the basics of you just know how to style, which is anybody could do it. If you know how to loop a fucking belt in your pants, you could call yourself a stylist. Like it's not that. But what a wardrobe stylist to me and my goals and definition is uh I guess the basis is like you got your business down, you good fucking people. That does not mean you always nice, but your intentions are there and you're like professional, you are creative, you are solution oriented, you are savvy, you are hardworking. Um, but really, the goal, like, I'm not a wardrobe stylist until I reach like reach or surpass, which I'll never surpass because these are fucking icons. Period. I'll just create my own lane. But unless I'm touching Laura Roach, Carla Welch, Misa Hilton, um, that type of like level, my ass is not there yet. But those, if you look up those are wardrobe stylists to me. But even the people who I worked under, um, you know, I'm in the mix of like naming names and not. I'll just use first names because I don't know how left this conversation will go, knowing how the two of us talk. But Naomi and Rihanna, who are huge in the industry, and I continue to work with them. And Sadia, I work under them so I can learn. But those are real wardrobe stylists, real business women, to me, because they make consistent bread, they make money, they have relationships, they have skill set, and they're not. And I feel like this industry is full of abusers, and they're not that. They're business, but they're not that. And so until I reach their levels, which I feel like I just have 3 more months of an education, and then I'm out of here to really be my wardrobe stylist. Like, bam, bam.
So
Feel
would
me?
you say those women, they inspired you?
They influence. They more than inspire me. I mean, inspire is like such a short like term. Um, I mean, they do in the essence of the word, but like to me, I use the term iconic, and when I use the term iconic, that means they are doing shit that's not regular. So the women who I work for, who I just named, are black women in high fashion. That's not just fashion, my guy. High fashion. And you think our people are there, we are, but it's not many women working for themselves in high fashion as black women. So I learn. I'm not just inspired by them, but I will protect them. You know, they're above me, so I can't do nothing for them right now. But best believe the education, their thing, I got them in the future. Like, period. Like, that's a no brainer. I've been in rooms that they wouldn't even let us. And that's on like really, and I'm not gonna cry, right? Like, I didn't even expect to cry, but if you don't know your history, you won't value shit. And like Misa and like a lot of them like hype up. You know, I'm a man, so I do have certain privileges, but like even to take on industries that want to hypersexualize women, that want to devalue you because of your race, wants to X out your queerness, you know, hip hop, high fashion, and for these ladies to not only participate but to excel, to leave their legacy, I refuse to be mediocre. I refuse. I refuse. It's just not an option. It's just not an option.
And they'll respect
But
that.
yeah, huh?
They'll definitely respect that.
Absolutely. But I'm gonna let my work, because that's what they do. My work is gonna show that. But I'm a bit wild card, so
Oh, you just passionate about what you do, and that's what it takes.
yeah, I'm passionate. You know, I am, really am, and I think us passionate folks have to be careful sometimes, because I think, you know, sometimes that passion can turn into hate. Because I'm like, niggas out here don't even love this shit. Like, niggas out here can't do half the shit I know how to do. So I'd be like, why'd they get it? But that's lazy. That's lazy to hate on another bitch's success. Whether she got handed to it or she worked for it, that's not your business. Because what's for you is for you.
Everybody has their time. Yeah.
Right. Period.
And their route and
Now,
their journey. Like some people's journey is that's their journey. Your journey is your journey.
right. Period. And I'm coming to terms with that. Because like you, it, the journey wasn't what I expected. But I could tell you this much: if I got what I thought I was gonna have once I finished like some of my educations or got some of my access, I would have fucked that shit up so bad.
Yeah, you appreciate it more when you really got to work for it.
Well, fuck that. But I will say I appreciate shit more when I know I got the skill set to back it up.
Because nobody can take away your education.
Period. The backbone, like I'm someone who's had low self esteem, but when I have knowledge, you're not telling me nothing.
Yep.
I'm that person that will walk the fuck out of the room. Like, and that's not me being egotistical. Like,
That's you knowing your worth.
I know my worth, but I'm aware. I've done the education. I listen intently. I question. So I know. So I'm able to be like, nah, bitch, you wildin'. Like, and by the way, I'm using the term bitch, y'all, but bitch is like non-binary. I could be talking about a man or a woman or they. Like,
It's 2023.
yeah, like it could be whoever. But yeah, like it is. So what's up? What's up? What's next?
I definitely agree with you on the school thing, and I haven't been in school for a while, and I just started back in, and I feel so much more better about myself, and this has boosted my confidence, and it's reminding me of my intelligence, and I'm thankful and grateful. Like, it makes me want to go back to college. I'm in a training right now, learning how to be a pharmacy technician, and I absolutely love it. I've been passing all my exams. I got some of the highest scores in the whole class. So
Uh,
I am happy right now. Like, I'm really proud of myself. And if you're thinking about going back to school, anybody that's watching this, you should definitely do it.
Facts, but also on top, not but how on top to add to what Nunu is saying. There's so many ways to go back to school, y'all. I'm not just talking about that fucking FAFSA and like enrolling full time because that shit is crazy. It's not crazy. If you know how to do it, you know how to do it. But and if you have the bread, you have the bread, and you want it. You could take one-off classes in colleges. There are really trade schools out there that the best of the
Names.
best are teaching themselves. Like I was just thinking about it. Like as much as people try to devalue certain education systems that are not like college or something, it be mediocre bitches teaching a class that they have no experience in, but because they follow like the system status, it works. I learned straight from a fucking icon. The fuck? Like niggas who really did it, who's doing it, who continue to do it. You feel me? So if you are interested in educating yourself, no one, you could do it yourself. You can really go to the
There's
library.
multiple ways to get your foot in the same door that somebody got a degree to get in. Okay?
But and if you do need a degree for it, really do your research because there are some jobs you need your degree for that makes sense. I'm not talking about degrees where niggas want to see a marketing degree and you're like, oh, I gotta go back to school. Like, there's
But
no,
being a doctor,
yeah, like
a lawyer.
if you're a doctor, lawyer, astronaut, yeah, that's giving degree vibes. But other than that,
Do what works for you at the end of the day. Your journey is your journey. Nobody could tell you what's best for you, what's not, because you know what's best for you at the end of the day. That's what you got to figure out what's best for you. I feel like asking all of these people, all these outside sources, what's best for you is wrong. You should
right,
be asking you what's best for you. Like,
yeah,
get deep, like do some soul searching and ask yourself, self, what is best for us? You know?
people should really be. I think that conversation needs to start at 18. Like, I didn't. I feel like I don't know what your experience was, but for me, and now I get why I'm not really living my life until really 25, 24, is because we're conditioned to ask our parents, we're conditioned to ask our friends, we're conditioned to ask a higher power.
Asking everybody except your motherfucking self.
Right. Right. And you end up making all these decisions not knowing you think you made a decision for yourself, but you really made it a decision based on all these factors that may or may not be right. And what niggas won't tell you that's older than you is that they don't know every fucking thing. They're trying to figure it the fuck out too.
Themselves.
Yo, what? I wouldn't have been asking you niggas shit if I had known that.
Yo.
And like, they're also perpetuating some of their bullshit if they're not hyper aware of themselves or taking the time to grow past of when they stopped because they had to work. So
Content with being delusional and they don't want to change.
period. Because everybody who's old is not smarter. And everyone smart is not the same type of smart, bro. Like, you just, it's different. You know it's different out here. Crazy. Untouched mad topics, right?
Yo, this is deep. This is deep. This is really true facts. I have to say has to be my second favorite interview because this is the second time I was able to get deep with somebody and really dive into some real stuff that everybody can relate to. Because it's true.
That's the way it should be. No, because you deep. You not like I don't know your life story like that, but we grew up around the same people and like we're all hustlers because like it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It just wasn't enough. And like the only way in this world, at least right now, is like it's really you gonna be a victim. You probably is gonna be a victim.
Sure.
But how you gonna come back from it? And you have to come back because niggas will let you lose. People will let you die. You really will go broke. Like, it's not them Disney stories where the bad thing just happens and you all of a sudden, like, come out on the other side. Nah, some niggas don't come out on the other side. Like, that's just what it is. And I refuse to be that nigga. I just refuse. And it hurts, but I refuse.
Word.
Like,
strong survive. Only the strong survive.
Yeah, and it's not, but one of my main goals in my career is I want to have my own humane 14500 company. Like, I want to be a millionaire. No, I really want to be a billionaire and run it humanely. And that may take time, but I think we live in a very inhumane society, a very I don't give a fuck society. I give a fuck. I give a fuck about your grandmother who can't afford her diabetes medication. I give a fuck that you gotta go 2 miles to school for safety. Like, I give a fuck about that shit. Like, so I really want to better this world because I just don't think it gotta be shitty. It's hard not to. Like, I want to shit on a lot of people, but it's also not what I want at the end of the day. So that's really why I became an entrepreneur, because my wardrobe styling, it takes years to make a certain amount of money, but it don't have to. But also, I need multiple incomes because I can't stay in doing the job 24/7 because of a lot of work. That's also the other thing.
What you can do is try to get somebody to invest in you. Like, there's people out there that have tons of money that are always looking for new things to invest in.
Period.
They're on LinkedIn.
Period, yo.
If you know how to put a deck together and budget and break down everything you need, what you're gonna make, how you're gonna make it back, you can get somebody to invest a Bitcoin.
No, I agree. But you know what I'm learning? I'm learning how seriously am I taking myself? How much am I investing my own money into my shit? And then you start to learn, like, oh, should someone be investing in me right now? Because once you have an investor, you being held to somebody else's responsibilities too. It's not just you owe this nigga money.
Yeah, return on interest.
You already know what it is. Fourfold. Fourfold is the bare minimum. Like,
but it starts with you. If you're not investing in yourself, why should I invest in you? You know?
Yeah, a long time, because I was a very big proponent of, let me get a sugar daddy. Why won't someone just invest in me? Or why won't, which eventually people started to, but you start to learn, like, shit come
you.
Yeah, you need to invest in you. And also, I heard Drake say I invested $1 million in myself, or is it two, before like anything popped off. And I was like, that's when I really like took another like look at myself. I was like, oh, word, like niggas is out here really like putting in the work and putting the money themselves. Cool. Then I heard Fubu put their house on one of the owners of Fubu put their house on, I forgot, mortgage, some shit. Oh, investor, what put they have basically the family home got put up to invest in Fubu. So like I'm really learning, invest in my skill set, and like stack my money the way I can. Um, but y'all, by any means necessary. Also, I know I'm chatting, but I just wish niggas told me if you got a skill, bro, like anything, and you got the discipline to do excellent work while you bored, keep that shit up. Keep it up.
Because time is money and things happen over time. So if you're wasting time, you could be setting your life back by 5 years.
Yeah, yeah, I think absolutely. And also keep in mind, money grants you more power. And you'll start to learn that people you look up to, people you like, are different in business or not so great of people. And so you're vulnerable. And then also people pick up on that like ideology sense, they'll lowball you. And there are good people out there, but there are also people who just don't care. So
Yeah.
just always remember, you got the smarts, you got the money, you got the skill, you hold the power no matter what. Uh, like, no matter what. Fuck out of here. Fuck these niggas. Like, period.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Period.
Networking is key.
But if you go network, be genuine. Also, any advice I'm giving, take it with a grain of salt. Like, I mean, I feel like people, don't always rely on advice. But networking, I was big into that until I was networking, but I didn't really have a skill. Then niggas was disingenuine, but then also you're disingenuine. Like, just imagine meeting people who only want business from you.
So would you say that most people that like to network are opportunists?
Hell fucking yeah. It's so, which is why how many people, if people, I don't know if this is true, and I would love for someone to take a survey, but I would love for people to have an honest conversation of anybody who got successful by networking intentionally. And
Mm.
that really just means like you were when you walked up to
You
someone.
want to bump into this blessing, but you just so happen to.
It's more of like, were you talking to this person strictly to show off what you do, or were you all in the vicinity of an event and someone happens to know what you do, or um, people who are there just have that event, so someone's able to keep you in mind because a friend referred you to here or accident. I would guarantee that most networking opportunities that end up developing into something is because there's a genuine connection there, or somebody knows you who fucks with you that got told about it. But the likelihood of someone like, unless y'all just get along or y'all click, it's likely gonna go in and out the window. Because
Yeah.
also a lot of niggas be looking for who's the big dog in charge or who's the big dog. But then you'll find out that the big dog don't got no money either. And it's a lot.
It comes with the territory. Like it's all a part of the game. You have the good and you have the bad, and you learn how to decipher that over time. You're
Yeah,
gonna get fucked over in the beginning. It's gonna happen. Like you're new, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. You're curious, you have all these hopes and dreams. Sometimes you're gonna get crushed. Like it comes with it. But
right.
you have to be willing to keep pushing forward and keep that momentum and just keep your eye on the ball and tell yourself no matter what, no matter how many times I get fucked over or how many times I take a L, I'm gonna keep going until I get that W. Because it only takes one W.
For real. Well, I want multiple W's. I want consistent longevity, baby.
Period.
We can always say
We all want multiple W.
multiple W's.
You get a W. You get a W. Everybody gets a W.
Oprah,
Facts,
I
like
have her money, everything. Shit.
facts.
Period. I'm mad I just belittled Oprah to her nigga. I'm so
Hey, Oprah.
my bad. Oprah, yo, you a mogul. Like, my bad, my bad, my bad. Stepman always thought it was fine. That's why I think I said it.
Okay, well, before you go, I have some pink topics. And my first question for you is there anyone special in your life right now?
The strippers.
Okay, period. So this
Wait.
question is, if you could go back to high school, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, just be a faggot. Just be a fucking faggot. Like, just be gay, my nigga. Like, just be gay. Like, it was never that deep. Like,
Just be yourself.
from get, like, from even I would even go back to middle school. Just be a fucking faggot and fuck all them niggas. Like, fuck everybody. Like, everybody from family to friends to from society. Like, fucking religion. Fuck it. Just be a faggot, my nigga. Like,
Do
period.
you?
What'd you say?
Do you?
Not just doom, but specifically like that queer shit. Like, I should have never tried to hide it, scared of some nigga up in the sky. Like, fuck that. I should have been sucking all my teachers' dick. Now let me stop.
Okay. Okay. My next question. What is your zodiac sign for people that want to know?
I'm a Gemini and Cancer.
Okay. Okay.
June.
So my next question would be, if you were not a stylist and if you were not an entertainment entrepreneur, what would you be doing right now?
Oh, I grown up. I wanted to be an MTV host, like on like a La.
I could see you doing that.
I think I'm gonna go for it. I think I want to start to produce my own show because I just think my life is funny. And I think I do dumb shit, and yeah, and
I
it's
think you have the bubbly personality for it too.
facts. I hope so. So hopefully that's in the cards because I really want to do that because I be watching all these people speak their mind, and I feel like a lot of folks have the same like viewpoints on shit. And I just want to get my viewpoints out there. Like very challenged. I always get called the devil's advocate a lot. So yeah.
And how would you describe devil's advocate?
I challenge y'all to take a listen to like everybody around you or people you listen to who state things as if they're a fact. Like if you do this, this happens. Or I experienced prime example. Nigga at work was like, mind you, our job is to like where I was an old job. We sell glasses. Our job is to be friendly to customers. I'm working with a nigga. This girl, young girl, comes up and she's like, I guess they're having a conversation because the bitch want to know about glasses, my nigga. Glasses. You're being friendly. She's talking to you. Girl leaves. I'm standing there with this other nigga and this other nigga. You know what the nigga gonna say? He's like, nah, she thought I was cute because like you saw how she was talking and smiling at me. I was like, because you walked up to her and was asking about glasses and she was the conversation. He was like, yeah, but she was what? Not being rude? Like, what? So that's what I mean by devil's advocate. Like, and it's no niggas use that to describe me as devil's advocate, but that's not a devil's advocate. What it really is like we have people have these like ideologies in their head that think because someone does a particular action that it means something. Right. And one last, I know I'll be chatting, but I remember this nigga I was fucking cooked dinner, right? Fine ass nigga cooked dinner. It was a candlelight dinner, shorty. candlelight dinner. I walked in that crib. I looked at him. I was like, yo, you cook dinner for me? And he was like, nah, like, I just like to cook and I don't like to eat alone. So, now, you think that's fucked up. You think that's fucked up, right? And my first instinct was like, damn, like, that's a fuck up. But that nigga kept it real with me. Like, how many of us just assume that a nigga does something that the world told us was something romantic or a sign that he loves you or a sign that he likes you? And that's not what it was.
Yeah.
He kept it a buck. Still fucked him because it was good. And the food was good too. Chicken a little raw, so I left that shit on the side. But
But that's why we can't assume shit, because that's disappointed.
yeah, like that was some real shit that nigga told me that night, and that's all right.
Fuck it.
For real.
But damn, he be having candlelit dinners for himself, like.
But no, I think he has. Unfortunately, he probably got candlelight dinners for every nigga he's fucking.
Ooh.
I can't. He don't owe me nothing. Like, I can't be mad. Like, I got, he fucking with a fat nigga, so I'm appreciative. Like, you feel me? Like,
no.
And I didn't really see a future with him either. Like, I didn't like him like that, but like,
it was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. But he really taught me some shit, and now my girlfriends don't like to talk to me because they be like, "What does like this nigga like text me and didn't text me?" Like, it don't mean nothing. Like, he texted you and he didn't text you, but they don't want to hear that.
At least you're telling them the truth.
Yeah, I think when they get a gay friend, they think they get another girlfriend, but it's just like, I'm just a soft nigga. That's it. Like,
you know how these niggas be thinking.
Yeah, which is so I want to start a podcast, and I think I want you on one episode, because three things that are big in my life are niggas, music, and politics. I love politics. I love music. I hate niggas, but I love to fuck with them. So, yeah. So I really want to have a comment because I think my
name for it.
Huh?
Do you have a name for it? Or you still thinking?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna name it Gay Brother Joey. So, JoJo, my friend in the industry, met me as JoJo, so she calls me Joey. She's from Queens. And just for business purposes, I want to separate who I am here, versus my styling. So I think it's gonna be called my gay little brother Joey. And we really just gonna keep it a buck. Like, I really want to talk to my sisters, especially my sisters and my gay queens, about men. Like, and that's not even like a diss to men at all. Like, men are beautiful creatures, men are humans, men make us feel things that other things can't happen. There are great men out there, baby. So, get that? But I really do think like some of the most popular like men who are able to speak be saying craziness, and shorties be getting their feelings hurt when, quite honestly, your feelings really don't gotta be hurt. You just gotta know how to, if you gonna fuck with a nigga who operate a certain way, know the rules and be okay if you don't follow the rules or deal with the consequences of what a type of nigga like that operates as.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's talked about in a non like judgmental way, a non-factory way, because every nigga who get on the mic to say advice, they swear they just right, and that's just not what it is. All I want to provide is other ways to think about things.
I like it. I think it'll be really interesting, and I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to tune in.
Yes. Is there another Pynk question, or that's all you got for me?
No, that's all I got for you.
Yes. All right. New. Wait. Before
What?
we go, you got to spit one time, and then we could cut out.
Okay. Yo, you know how long it's been since I
Yeah, drop something that you already just did. Drop something you already did.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, you love putting me on the spot. Though.
Even if I already heard it, you know it's music to my ears. Just give it to me.
Bitches ain't on my level. They need the boss up. These bitches talking wild shit, they need the floors up. Creeping on my gram, trying to get a close up. I wish a bitch would if a bitch was close up. I'm your daughter fucking idol, put me on a poster. She be trying to ride my wave like a roller coaster. You already know my motto, I ain't pushing strollers. I'm a one bitch army, but I keep them soldiers. Keep your fucking mouth closed, is what they should have told you. Keep on chirping like a chicken, I'm a fucking roaster. All y'all bitches burnt out, I ain't talking toaster. If you wonder how I do it, I'ma fucking show you.
Period. All right,
Look who's pushing strollers now, though. Look who's.
you know what I'm saying? We'll go in the DMs, talk our little shit.
Period.
All right.
Pinky's out.
Pinky's out.
Put your body upon me, make me want slowly. Baby, hold me tight and never leave me lonely. Never leave me lonely.